Yes.
Is this where I'm supposed to say? You should see the other guy.
You can't work your own case.
I want this guy off the street.
We got you covered.
I know you do.
A new Blue Bloods, next Friday, 10/9 Central, or stream anytime on CBS.
Lithia Subaru of Fresno proudly sponsors tonight's first segment of Eyewitness News. Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Subaru confidence in motion. This is Murrow and Emmy Award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11.
It's a story you saw first on Eyewitness News. A Fresno police officer with prior ties to the right-wing group the Proud Boys has been fired. Tonight, he tells his side of the story to our investigative reporter, Kara Rucker. She joins us live in studio with how the now former officer is responding to the allegations against him. Kara.
That's right, Catherine. As of tonight, Rick Fitzgerald is no longer a Fresno police officer after 18 years of service to the department. Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer says he's pleased that he's been fired and that racism has no place in Fresno. But Fitzgerald says he's not a racist and was wrongfully let go as he tries to clear his name. It's a story that made local and national headlines. A Fresno police officer being placed on leave when it became known he was previously affiliated with the Proud Boys.
It's like you're the poster boy for Fresno racism now. And I think for me, I'm just utterly disappointed in humanity.
The questioning of his character began when he appeared at a protest outside of the Tower Theater.
We didn't engage, we didn't have signs, just nothing. We literally just stood there.
He was no longer a Proud Boy at this time. He says he was with the Proud Boys for less than a year.
I had left them 6 months ago for my own reasons, which no one seems to care about.
Fitzgerald says no one has asked him questions until now. Are you affiliated with the Proud Boys?
Not at all.
Are you a racist?
No, I don't have a racist bone in my body.
There is an active investigation into the past of Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald says he welcomes it. He says there's more to his past than a prior affiliation with a political group.
And the irony of that is one of the first cases they're going to pull up is a letter of commendation that I got because a 19-year-old kid got on a bus, a black kid got on a bus with a 9mm, and I was the sole person who talked him down. I tackled him, I got the gun away from him, and I got a letter of commendation for that.
Fitzgerald says he loved his job as a police officer and as a protector of his community.
Something like this happens, and they're like, oh, you did this thing, no grace, no forgiveness, no understanding, no questions, screw you, go be unemployed, we don't care about you, the 18 years you gave us.
Tonight, for the first time, Fitzgerald is breaking his silence and sharing his side.
I was just enough to fulfill the narrative, and then it was just the piranhas came out and it was all attack.
Fresno Police Chief Paco Balderrama made it clear that Fitzgerald did not resign, that he was fired. And Mayor Jerry Dyer agrees with the firing of Fitzgerald.
The fact that he was involved and engaged with an organization that is associated with hate is something that we cannot tolerate.
But for Fitzgerald, he is disappointed in the statements coming from community leaders about his departure with the department.
To me, it's disappointing that you have people in certain positions, maybe they're a mayor, and they want to do what they can to prop themselves up and put out a release that says, I'm proud he's not part of the department. And I'm thinking, you're proud that a guy who's been going out there caring for people for 18 years, not looking for glitz, not looking for awards, not looking for anything, just doing it because I understand that as a cop, I work for people. That's what you're proud that you got rid of today. That's a very sad statement.
For Fitzgerald, the fight is far from over. Is there maybe a possibility that you end up bringing legal action to them?
Yes, that is a possibility.
The Fresno Police Officers Association sent out a press release tonight regarding the firing of Fitzgerald. They say, quote, this investigation was not given opportunity to be carried out to its completion before a judgment was rendered and discipline was executed. They are currently investigating if Fitzgerald's due process rights were violated. For the full interview between myself and Fitzgerald, you can find it on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. I'm reporting live in the studio, Kara Rucker, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Kara, thank you. In the South Valley, the father of one of the firefighters who died while fighting the Porterville Public Library fire says the department is deflecting blame and that an investigative report into the incident barely scratches the surface of issues surrounding the tragedy. CBS 47's Madera Spab has the exclusive interview.
If you're going to be transparent, be 100%. Don't pick what you want to be transparent, what you don't want to be.
Less than 12 hours after a report pointed to several flaws in the response of the Porterville Fire Department to the public library fire a year ago, father of fallen fire captain Ray Figueroa claiming it doesn't tell the full story.
It's an insult to injury as the department is deflecting blame on their doing. This report barely scratches the surface of the history of issues that the department has taken part in.
The 138-page report completed by an independent team of investigators pointed to several breaches in protocol, like Figueroa not switching to the correct radio channel and Figueroa and Jones not bringing in a water hose with them while working to rescue a woman who is believed to be trapped on the second floor. The woman turned out to not be in the building, but the report states there was a lack of communication. Fire Chief David Lapierre agrees there needs to be better training and more staff.
There's an old adage that you don't rise to the occasion, you sink to the level of your training, and that's so true.
The investigating team says the findings in the report are not uncommon for the type of incident, but Ramon alleges there are more problems that need to be addressed, like defective equipment, including breathing masks and even essentials like radio batteries.
It is our goal to make sure this never happens to another family, even if we have to disclose factual information of negligence of the department and department heads.
Chair of the investigating team, Mike Krause, stands by the report that took over 1,000 hours to complete. He says it's not to place blame, but to help improve protocols in the future.
But these are decisions on the fire ground that have to be made rapidly, right, with limited information most of the time. And so none of this should take away from the dedication and bravery of Captain Figueroa and firefighter Jones.
The fire department plans to add more extensive training, and the city is considering adding additional staff. Madera Spab, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
New at 11, about a dozen lawmakers are urging Governor Newsom to declare a drought-related state of emergency. State Senator Andres Borges is part of a bipartisan group of lawmakers who sent a letter to the governor requesting that declaration. They also want a meeting with water resource officials and financial assistance for food producers.
So this is not a situation where you can wait for the zenith of the drought.
The governor says his administration will be making announcements on action relating to this issue in the coming days. If you're looking for work, there's a section on our website to help you find a job. Here's a look at some of the listings on the Job Corner. They include an opening for a life insurance agent, a food science intern, and a fruit packer. You can find these jobs and others on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Just click on the tab that says Jobs. Coming up next on Eyewitness News at 11, folks reached out when her baseball card collection burned in the Creek fire. Now a local Giants fan gets a special treat from the team. And get ready for high school football highlights from around the valley. CBS 47 Sidelines is coming your way a little later.
What happens when first responders can't respond?
No fire response, no medical or rescue response, no one to respond.
In the Creek Fire, 3 volunteer fire stations were completely destroyed,
leaving first responders unable to protect their communities.
Now they're rebuilding, but they can't do it alone. We need your help.
Join CBS 47 and Rotary to give at creekfirerescue.com.
Let's respond to those who respond first.
The 2021 Subaru Forester. A spacious interior with everything you need for confidence on the road ahead. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 33 miles per gallon. Standard EyeSight driver assist technology. It's the SUV for all you love.
Get 0% APR for 48 months on the new Subaru Forester at Subaru of Fresno, where every new Subaru comes with complimentary maintenance included.
Please welcome back to a late show, John Cena. You gotta respect a guest who can make an entrance, man.
That's right. Tonight on CBS.
Now your CBS 47 Pinpoint Weather Forecast.
The giant forest camera in Sequoia National Park showing the clear conditions we are enjoying here in the valley. And we go down to Visalia to our Kauai Delta Valley camera. Right now in Visalia, temperatures are at 62 degrees and we've got a northwest wind at 14 miles per hour. It was 80 today in Fresno and Visalia. The average high for this. Right now, we're still looking at some warm spots, including 60s from Fresno to Hanford and Visalia. Porterville and Lemoore are both 58 degrees. So slightly cooler than this time yesterday to the north. In areas like Merced, 5 degrees cooler, but 11 degrees warmer than this time yesterday in Hanford. Your renewable solar forecast shows ample electricity generation today here with 24,000 megawatt hours in Fresno. That's enough to make your electric meter spin backwards and your bill pay you. Your pinpoint forecast for the next several, with an exception on Tuesday, where we see a system that'll pass through the Great Basin with the potential to bring some snow flurries high in the mountains. Then, as we approach the end of the week next week, we could see a Pacific storm system arrive with chances of wet weather here, but that will be into next weekend and just a little bit beyond our 7-day forecast. Air quality, meanwhile, is good throughout much of the area and expected to be good with moderate air quality in Fresno and in the mountain portion of Tulare County. Temperatures in mountain areas are running warm through the weekend and the week ahead. There's that slight chance on Tuesday. And in your valley forecast, temperatures are well above that average of 73 through the weekend as we hit 82 Sunday and 83 Monday. Cooler and breezy on Tuesday, but then temperatures are pushing back near 80 this time next week.
Thanks, Justin. A special honor for a local Giants fan at Oracle Park in San Francisco. You may recall Reese Osterberg lost her baseball card collection in the Creek Fire last year. Cal Fire put out a call for donations and she received thousands of cards. Today, she was a guest of the Giants.
And now for our very first play ball of 2021, here she is now, Reese Osterberg. Take it away, Reese, when you're ready. Play ball!
After receiving thousands of baseball cards, Reese now hopes to pay it forward. She's donating many of her new cards to others who love the game as much as she does. Our springtime high school football season continues. Andrew Martin and Scott Bemis have scores and highlights from across the valley. Next.
If you need a COVID-19 vaccine, Premium Urgent Care is administering them daily. Register now. We also have COVID rapid testing and life-saving COVID IV treatments. Don't wait. Visit premiumuc.com or call 559-797-4315.
When you call Jacoby & Myers, our trusted team is there for you to get you the assistance you need so you can get back to the life you love. We have earned the trust of tens of thousands of clients. Justice for you since 1972. Jacoby & Myers.
If you're dealing with anxiety, depression, relationship troubles, Omega Mental Health can help you reshape what you think about therapy. If you're covered by Medi-Cal through CalViva or Anthem Blue Cross, our telehealth and phone sessions will guide you toward your goals. Omega allows you to resolve conflicts and make healthier choices through personal, solution-focused meetings. Contact us today for insurance and appointment information. Omega Mental Health, first for lasting peace of mind.
After I leave Hand and Stone from a facial, I like to look in the mirror and see my glowing skin, and I see that it's cleaner and I look a little bit brighter. My esthetician, Shannon, and I get along great, and when I go see her, she does everything that I want her to.
It's easy to make Hand and Stone part of your routine.
I feel better after a facial. I like the way my skin looks. So I'm always like, yes, it looks beautiful.
At Me and Ed's, our dough's been made fresh daily the same way for over 60 years. The same process, passion, and fresh ingredients. Add in locally sourced toppings and baked in our fire brick ovens, and you get quality pizza at a great value. Get a large 3-topping for just $15.50 at Me and Ed's today.
Premium Urgent Care is here for your urgent medical needs and everyday medical care for you and your family. We have on-site lab tests and x-rays to keep everyone healthy. Visit us at premiumuc.com or call 559-797-4315.
Tonight on this Week 4 Spring edition of CBS 47 Sidelines. Our game of the week takes us to Kingsburg for a battle of unbeatens. Good matchup in Fresno as Bullard pays a visit to Memorial. Plus, rivalry football from Madera, and the Fresno State football coach talks recruiting. Get your dancing shoes on because CBS 47 Sidelines starts right now. What's up, Central Valley? Scott Bemis and Andrew Martin here, and welcome to Week 4 of CBS 47 Sidelines, the Spring Edition.
We had rivalry games this week, the Bloss Bowl in Atwater, the battle for the Mayor's Cup in Merced, the Stadium Road Showdown in Madera. You just saw the battle saw right there.
Who doesn't love rivalry football? Our game of the week brought to you by Grupetti Automotive Family.